Well, in this video, I'm going to show you what I did to make a piece of wood, I guess. Let me show you what an original one looked like. That's an original one. It's this piece right here. This is the one I made, this piece right here. You can see the end, what I had to cut to make this happen. But this video is my adventure into making that 2.5 inch piece of wood that was missing off this brace on this Amish table that I am getting almost done with. It is turning out beautiful. But I had to make this little piece, and it was the first time that I've used my router and my router table. And this video is to show you not how to do things, but how not to do things. I made a lot of mistakes in using this router. There's some pretty funny spots, and but I did get through it, and hopefully you will get something out of it, of at least not what to do if you're going to use a router and a router table. It took me a while for me to come to my senses, and I finally got it right, and I got through it and got that little piece made. So I hope you enjoy the video. And if you do find anything educational or entertaining, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And let's get on with seeing what you shouldn't do with a router and a router table. There is one repair that I have to make, and I'm not sure exactly how to do it, and you're going to watch me either succeed or having to do it a couple of times or completely wipe out. But as you can see, this little piece right here, it's cut out right there, and it's cut out right there, and it's flat on the bottom. So I need to make one of those. It's missing on one of these supports. So I've got a 1 inch dowel. And the first thing I need to do is cut off this, cut it off straight here at the bottom. So I've researched how to do that, and I'm not finding a lot of luck. Now, obviously, I don't want to run this through a table saw just trying to hold it, because it could spin. I saw some that says, yeah, make a jig. Well, I don't have the tools to make a jig for this. I guess the jig would be some kind of a little block with a round hole that would hold that, and you slide in the flat edge across the table saw. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to tack it a couple of nails, maybe 3 with brad nails, and try to tack it down so it doesn't move, so then I can cut it on my table saw. So I've just got it against the fence here of my miter saw, just so I have a fence to hold it on. That's all I'm really using it for. So here I go. I'm going to try to tack this down. We're going to see how the first nail goes. You know what? It might help if I had a battery. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay, now I've got a battery. We will try this again. And let's see, how far is this thing going to be going down? Don't want it to be going down all that far, just enough to hold it. So I'm going to spin it up a little bit. And let's see what happens. So far, so good. Put one here on the other end. Maybe I'll put one. Actually, those two seem to be holding it. Now, the next step is I got to mark how much to cut off and then run through the table saw. Okay. So I'm going to use this little Kreg called a multi-mark tool, just like that. I'm going to measure down from the top, from here to here, to see how much I'm going to have to cut off. Okay. Not much. Kind of made a mistake here. I should have put this on this edge. So this is just scrap anyway. That way I can position the table saw and kind of measure where it's going to be. All right, this looks good. All right, so that's how much I got to cut off. So we're going to go to the table saw and get it fixed up, and let's get a cut. That looks good. Make sure that it's square. And 7/8 and 7/8. Okay. I think we did it. Okay, that's pretty easy. So all I need to do is pull these out and I'll be good to go. Now, I have to measure in from the edge how far my router cut will be. So now I'm trying to measure for the first cut on this dowel. Now the edge has been cut off to make the first cut as I've shown you before. So it's taken me forever to make the adjustments. You notice that my sophisticated dust extraction system fell off. I've got to really work on something different on that. But the main problem that I have is that I'm trying to cut too much all at once. You notice how it's kind of start, stop, start, stop. And if you look at you can see in the picture, it's all raggedy. That is just dumb move on my part. Instead of trying to cut a little bit at a time, I'm trying to cut too much, and therefore it's jerking like this. It's trying to bite off too much wood, and it just isn't working. So, but here I go. Still trying to do the same thing over and over again. But obviously, this is not the way to do it. Luckily, I got enough dowel that I can work with and eventually probably get this done. But what I should have done is to adjust the cutter, the router bit down, so it's only putting, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. So, but I finally did get that one side cut off enough where, and I got a good enough spots on the whole dowel that I'll be able to use it. Now I'm going to go through the measurements all over again for the other cut. And then we're going to try and make this cut. So this gets kind of interesting at this point because wait till you see when I try to cut this first one. And again, I'm taking forever to set this router table up, get it all square. Just being unfamiliar with how it all works and being slow. Like I said, this is my first time I've ever used this router table for real. I've set it up, but I've never really used it. So now I'm going to try to adjust, and again, I don't adjust it right. I'm trying to cut off too much already again. So wait till you see what happens. It's hilarious. So I'm getting ready to turn it on, and here we go. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, where'd it go? It took it completely out of my hands, and it's a good thing no one was standing over there or it would have impaled them. Again, this was due to trying to cut off too much. And if you notice also my table is wobbling. Another really dumb mistake on my part, trying to jury rig this whole thing at this point, is I don't have it clamped down. I've just got it set on a little bench and I don't have it clamped down. And so it's wiggling. Look at that cut. My mama could have made a better cut than that. That's just ridiculous. So eventually I'm going to set this router bit down a little bit and go down quite a bit so it's making smaller cuts, and I'm going to make more passes and I'll finally get this done. But this is something you do not want to do. What you're seeing me do right now and trying to cut this thing is not what you want to do. You want to make smaller cuts, less wood coming off. Eventually I'm going to say, hey, this isn't working, and I'm going to take the time to start doing it right. But no, I'm going to muscle through this one. There, I stopped and thinking, yeah, I'm going to have to do this a little different way. So I finally come to my senses and have decided to, yes, let's make smaller cuts. I have to make 2 cuts, remember, on this dowel. So I kind of powered through the first one, but this one I'm going to make smaller cuts, more passes, and it's still difficult because I don't have much of a base that this thing is riding on. You notice that was a lot smoother than what was happening before. So now I've got to adjust the height a little bit and make another pass and do this over and over again until I finally have it to where I need it. What does make this difficult though is, like I said, the flat base is getting smaller and smaller because I'm chewing off more wood. So it's hard to hold a little bit, but I'm finally getting through it, and I'm going to make a few more passes to this, and it's going to finally be done, and then I will be able to attach it to the brace and where it needs to be replaced. Well, I made it. Looks pretty good. I still have to sand the edge down to make it completely match, but I finally made it through. If I ever do this again, I've learned a lot of lessons, I can tell you that. Thanks for watching, and don't do what I did in this video for sure.